Hey guys, Sarah with 3 Raptor Consulting here, and today is our first official installment of our video series, Surviving the Holidays. Now, I apologize for the noise behind me. My dogs are wrestling. They always nap until I turn the camera on, and then boom, it's a wrestling match. So I figured this just kind of adds to the charm of talking about surviving the holidays. So I don't know about you, but the holidays are an extremely chaotic time. You never know what's going on. You never know what to expect. You never know what's going to happen. And on top of that, you have all your work deadlines. You have all your personal deadlines, and it just gets crazy, right? And so just so you know, for me personally, the holidays are even worse because between Thanksgiving and New Year's is my husband's birthday, my birthday, and my daughter's birthday. So you talk about a busy, jam-packed 6 weeks. I feel like I'm running a marathon just with my personal life alone. So let me share some things that I learned very quickly, and hopefully this will help you manage the holidays. So first of all, I know you guys have heard me say when you're managing your calendar, right? When you're looking at the time that you have available to invest in your professional life, and just please note real quick, for this video, we're going to say professional life, but that means whether you're a business owner, whether you're a leader, whatever you do for a living. So we're going to term that professional life. And then there's your personal life. And people tell you all the time that you have to separate the two. And I'm going to tell you right now, that doesn't work. If you really want to get true work-life balance, then you have to take the two together and look at what's going on in your personal life and your professional life and figure out which one needs more attention that day or that week. Maybe, a few weeks ago it was fall break, so I had all of my daughter's doctor's appointments. Right? And even though she's 17, almost 18, I still take her. So that was a week that it was a little bit more focused on my personal life, but I was okay with that because I knew I'd catch up on my professional life later. I could plan for it. So when you look at your life during the holidays, you've got to think about what your personal engagements and responsibilities are, as well as what your professional engagements and responsibilities are. You've also got to take into account if you have a significant other and how old your children are. I will tell you, when my daughter was young, until she was about 15, when I was comfortable leaving her home alone at night, I was like, you know what? I can't do night holiday gatherings. I'm just not comfortable with it because what if she needs me? And what if I've had a drink and I don't feel like I can get home to her? And so what my husband and I would do is we would divide and conquer. So we would look at the holiday parties that we were invited to, and then we would decide, do we need to be there for personal reasons? Do we need to be there for professional reasons? What do each of our calendars look like, and how can we balance it? And then we would decide if we both needed to be there, and then could my mom come and just hang out with my daughter, or did just one of us need to be there? And then we quickly discovered there were a lot of times where things overlapped because there's only so many Fridays and Saturdays, right, in a month between those times. And so he would go to one event and I would go to another. But a lot of times out of those two events, our daughter could go with us to one of them. And since she was a teenager and I wanted her to learn life skills, how to talk to people, how to navigate holiday parties, office parties, all of that, she went with us. So that's what we have always done, is we've looked at our calendar. We've asked ourselves, do we need to be there, or is it just a want? And if it was just a want, I am much more realistic, and I'll look at what I have going on the next day, what I need to accomplish, or assess how tired I am, right? My Fitbit just launched this new activity monitor that every morning it tells me if I'm ready to work out or not, based on the amount of sleep I got and the amount of activity that I did the day before and what I ate the day before. It's the same exact thing with holidays. So if nothing else, I want to give you permission in this video to say no, and to understand that you don't need to be at every single party. It's okay if you leave early, and you need to do what's best for you. So in looking at the 6-week period between Thanksgiving and New Year's, how many parties can you realistically attend? How many do you want to realistically attend? How do you want to spend your time? Where do you want to make your memories? And do you have children or a significant other to take into account? Anymore, I have an almost 18-year-old, so those rules don't apply the same. So this holiday season, probably the first ever of my life, I don't have the same constraints that I normally do. But I want you to know that it's okay to say no. And it's also okay to look at parties and think, I don't have the extra money to buy a white elephant gift, or I don't have an extra money to do a Secret Santa, and to say no. The most important thing at the holidays is for you to set what your boundaries are, to determine what it is that you can afford to do, be it financially or be it time, and then stick to that plan. So I always have a conversation, I try around Halloween to have the conversation with my husband as far as what is our holiday budget and how many parties can we reasonably attend, and when are we celebrating each of our birthdays. That way I have the important days blocked off. I have the finances already blocked off. And that way, when it comes to determining, can I do something? Do I want to do something? It's a lot easier for me. I can tell you this year, with the second year of Christmas in the pandemic, there's going to be a lot fewer parties, and I'm really okay with that because the pandemic has showed me that I am so much more of a homebody. Curling up to watch a Hallmark Christmas movie with my family is so much more my idea of celebrating and making memories than getting dressed up and going out. So that's also something that you need to determine is who are you and what do you want to do. And I also want to say it's okay to not want to go to a party because maybe it's at a bar or maybe there's going to be a lot of drinking and you're just not comfortable around that. You need to do what you're comfortable with. Also, too, I have found that when my husband can't go with me to a party, sometimes it's really nice to have someone to go with. So have that either brother or male relative that is a safe, comfortable date that you can take with you. Or a lot of times I took my dad. He's always a great date, right? Or find that female friend who can be your date. Or if you're a male, find that male guy who can be your buddy to go to the party with, right? Because you do definitely want to be there with somebody. Sometimes it makes navigating and networking and conversations a little bit easier. So having an idea of who you could take with you that isn't completely within your boundaries and limitations within your relationship, I don't want to encourage you to do anything you're not comfortable with, will also help you make those moves forward. There's a lot of times I take a business partner with me, and that's the best move that I could make because we can network, we can discuss business, and we can usually close a deal at a party. So for me, it's a win-win because I wasn't just hanging out. I closed a deal, and I know I'm going to be making some money. So just to recap really quick, in the holiday season, before it launches, decide how much time you can honestly give to parties when you're comfortable to go to these parties, and decide what your budget's going to be. And if anything comes up that doesn't fit within these boundaries and aren't just an absolute requirement for your job, say no. Say no. It's okay to say no. And that's what I really want you to take away from this, because the holidays should be a time of joy and relaxation and reflection and growth and celebration, not stress and, oh my gosh, I can't afford this, right? Because none of us want to hit January and be so broke we're looking for a side hustle. And let me tell you, with 3 birthdays in a 6-week period and 2 major holidays, it's very easy for us to feel that way come January. So we've really tried to stick to a budget and go from there. So I hope this video has given you some pointers, and I hope it's encouraged you. We're going to tackle another piece of the holidays every week through New Year's, trying to just give you a peek of how we manage things and the lessons that we've learned over life. Have a great day.